The division that we see in the Black community is not a new phenomenon. And today, sophisticated and well-financed groups like the Heritage Foundation, the Scaife Foundation, and of course, the Tanton Group manipulate and exploit those divisions for political power and to push their agenda. The mentality that propels Black folks to want to identify as either FBA or ADOS has always been here. There's always been a group of Black people who would rather identify with the system and their European socialization and education over their African heritage and phenotype. Examples of this can be seen going all the way back to the colonial periods. And one such example would be Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson is considered the first Black person to enslave another Black person. Johnson saw himself as different and had no problem enslaving another Black person. But he wasn't alone. There were over 6,000 Black slave owners who had farms outside of cities like Charleston, Atlanta, and New Orleans. Black slave owners saw themselves as different and a privileged, unique group. They weren't like the other Blacks, at least in their mind. Another example of this mentality can be seen with John Chavis. Chavis is considered the first Black person to attend college, a groundbreaking individual. He also served in the Continental Army in the American Revolutionary War. Chavis, though, did not see himself as another Black person. He saw himself as different, privileged, and unique. Chavis's colleagues would hear the arguments of the abolitionists, and they would talk to Chavis about that, and Chavis would tell them that the abolitionists were wrong. Chavis told them that Black people should be enslaved forever. Another example of this divisive mentality can be seen in the mulatto conservative militia that organized themselves to defend and protect the old Southern way of life. They wanted to fight alongside the Confederate Army, which did not approve of them to do so. The Confederate Army did not approve of Black involvement in the war on their side until March of 1865. Another example of this divisive mentality can be seen in the house slave. The house slave literally identified himself with his master. The house slave did not see himself as similar to the other Black folks that worked on the plantation. The house slave felt he was unique, privileged, different. And the house slave did everything that they could do to protect, defend, and bolster the system of white supremacy. So whenever I see Black people, these delineators who talk about how they are not like Africans or Caribbeans, I think about these Black folks from the past who worked with the oppressors and worked with the white supremacists to oppress and maintain their system. They were literally the enemy of black people. Think about what I'm saying.